Old suitcases like this are seriously obsolete. There's really no good use for them anymore. People don't use them to travel. So I'm going to think outside of the box and try and do something different. So, what a perfect piece to repurpose for the Eco Challenge, where you take eco-friendly materials and practices and flip a piece of furniture. This challenge is hosted by Borderline Furniture RX. Let's begin the eco-friendly countdown now. 1. This is a trash find, and 2. This is an obsolete item. Mara from Borderline Furniture RX picked the theme Whimsical Menagerie for this Halloween season. So I purchased these graphics off of Etsy. Aren't they so cute? So I'm going with a whole apothecary theme for this piece. And I wanted the paper to look vintagey, so I found this on Amazon. Eco-friendly process number 3 is I had to change out my ink, so I am going to recycle my ink cartridge. Check out these cuties. This is what they look like after I printed them. I love them. And I have got the best eco-friendly cleaner right here, vinegar. And I'm going to reuse this old holy sock to clean the suitcase. Want to know a secret, you guys? I actually really love the way vinegar smells. Shh, don't tell nobody. And bam, we are on to number 6. I like to reuse old towels as drop cloths. I'm using this very eco-friendly DIY paint in the color called Monet's Garden. Only 9 ingredients, you guys. Isn't this color just fantastic? Oh, I love it so much. It's so rich. It's highly pigmented. Good, good. Green is good. I needed a little bit of some blending going on, so I added some of this Kilts brand chalk paint and just a white, and I just applied that to the middle, and I kind of worked my way out and blended out the edges, tapping off any excess paint that was on my paintbrush. The little swirling and dabbing and tapping, just kind of being really random with my blend. I made this on Canva and I'm going to print it. And I went ahead and I flipped the image and I'm going to print it. I'm cutting out these little cutie Apothecary bottles, but I'm leaving a slight border around the edge. I'm not cutting right up to the image. I want a little bit of a border. The plan here is to make my own stickers. So I'm going to take some Mod Podge, and apply it to the back of the little images that I cut out. So, spoiler alert, I did find an easier way to do it, and I applied it right to the paper before I cut them out, which was way smarter, I think, to do. Why didn't I do that in the first place? I don't know, but I figured it out at least halfway through my project. So I'm applying the Mod Podge to the back of my paper. I'm going to let it dry, and then I'm going to cut them out. I'm going to cut them out after the Mod Podge is dried on the back of the paper. So much smarter. While my Mod Podge is drying, I am going to seal this suitcase, and I sealed everything except for the top. And I'm using a Varathane triple thick polyurethane. I'm breaking back out my Mod Podge. I'm applying my Mod Podge to the middle of the suitcase, and then once I get a decently good coat on there, I'm going to take that mirror imaged Apothecary printed paper that I made on Canva, and I'm going to press it into the podge. I'm going to press it down in there good. Make sure all of the printed words are in that Mod Podge, and I'm gonna flatten it out. I'm gonna make it nice and smooth and rub out any bubbles and all that, and just let it sit. I'm gonna let it dry completely, 100%. Now, once it's dry, I am going to take a damp rag and I'm going to wet that paper. I'm going to gently rub that paper with my damp rag, just damp. You certainly don't want to get your paper soaking wet. And once you do get your paper damp, you're going to rub it gently with that cloth, and then you're going to take your fingers and you're going to rub the paper off with your fingers. And that image will transfer into the Mod Podge. Now, I recommend hitting this with a spray sealer before you brush on a sealer, but I did not have any myself, so I was just very cautious when I applied my sealer over top of the letters. I just was careful. I didn't rub really hard or anything like that. I didn't want to smear my ink or something crazy like that. Now, as you can see, I had to test this out, make sure this worked okay before I made a whole entire video about it. I'm taking those little images that I printed out and I put the Mod Podge on the bag. I'm applying them to the suitcase and I'm rubbing. I'm just rubbing with my finger. I'm just heating it up with my fingers, with my body heat, getting that Mod Podge to adhere to my suitcase. And this worked, you guys. This really worked. I took my fingernail and I tried to peel off the sticker that I put on there, and it wasn't coming off. So this was a successful DIY sticker, and I'm really excited about it. I saw this done by Dawn over at Shabby Meets Bling, so make sure you go and check out her channel. I had a ton of these little bottles to apply to my suitcase. So my fingers were pretty raw after about 10 or 15 of them. So I decided to get out my iron and a piece of parchment paper to protect my surface. And I used my iron and I applied the rest of the stickers by heating them up and smoothing them out with the iron. Using the iron and the parchment paper did work, but I do feel like rubbing the stickers with my finger, I got better adhesion results doing it that way. It could have been because I didn't have enough Mod Podge on the back of some of my little images, but yeah, either way works. With a small artist brush, I took some more of that polyurethane and I brushed over top of the stickers to seal them. I purchased some hairpin legs off of Amazon, and my husband and I drilled some holes through the suitcase and we bolted them on. Eco-friendly process number 9. I have a ton of scrap fabric, tons and tons. I mean, bags and bags. So I am going to use some of that to line the inside of the suitcase. First, I've got to iron out all the wrinkles, and then I am going to use the suitcase itself as a template, trace around the suitcase, then I will cut it out. I applied some spray adhesive to the inside of the suitcase. Then I added my scrap fabric to the inside of the drawer, just using my hands to smooth out any wrinkles. Using an artist brush and some white gold gilding wax, I blinged up the metal parts of the suitcase. Let's review what this old obsolete suitcase used to look like before we check out the final review. Now it has a new use. It serves the purpose of a table as well as a storage compartment. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I hope you enjoyed today's flip and you got some inspiration. And if you did, please be so kind to hit that subscribe notification for future videos. Also, check out the playlist. I will have that linked below as well as on the end screen. Thank you all so much again for watching and have an excellent day. Bye.